Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing a review on the Homall 60-inch gaming desk, and I'm going to start by showing you my old desk. It was pretty big, nice, plenty of room, had 3 computers, and then as you see here I moved and I couldn't use the second portion of the desk. So I'd been looking for a while and finally come across this Homall 60-inch desk from NewEgg. It was reasonably priced. I was a little worried, so here's my review. I start the video here by showcasing the desk and then explaining how I couldn't use the second part of the desk, which was unnecessary, but I go through those steps. I was proud of that desk. So here's the boxing of the Homall 60-inch desk, and I'm going to go ahead and take all the parts out and lay everything out, and then take a quick glance at the directions and go ahead and do the assembly. Now keep in mind I'm doing this by myself and trying to record. So I would just pause it. I didn't have a tripod, but I showed the legs and the feet and the desktop there, and we're going to go ahead. So as I say in the video, I'm just going to follow directions 1 through 6, pretty easy. These are the legs with the covers, and I'm going to bolt the feet on. I stopped to exclaim how nice the tools are that they gave, and laid out all the parts there. Also found that they had levelers. So wherever you put it, if your floor is not level, you can actually screw those out and level the desk. That's actually nice. Very good, strong, grade A bolts, Allen. That was also very nice. At this stage, I was supposed to slide that in and bolt 6 bolts there. I kind of thought, ooh, I'll make it bigger and do it there. But that's when I realized that this was going to be the load bearing portion of the desk. The 2 halves were going to meet right there in the middle. So that was not a good idea. Just follow directions, bolt all 6 down, and do it right. And the next image was showing that piece. So let's get going. At this point, I'm glad I stopped and looked again. I was about to crank them all down, and that's when I realized that the 2 in the middle had to go through that metal bracket. So I went ahead, laid the bracket down, and continued on. So at this point, I have that on. I went ahead, grabbed 2 bolts, stuck them through the top of one of the legs at an angle, and then lifted the other side, popped in the 2 bolts, and it was pretty easy that way for doing it by yourself. I put the 2 end brackets on, 2 bolts, very easy. And at this point, I'm ready for the desktop. The directions suggest that I lay the desktops down and flip the frame over. So that's what I do here. I was impressed with how sturdy it was. The 2 holes are the back of the desk. So try to remember your left and right here and what piece goes where. So the longer piece faces the front of the desk. It's all in the directions. I laid it down and I'm ready to proceed. Grab all the screws and get going. But I thought about it after seeing that big bag of screws. I'm not going to use that tool. So here I have a DeWalt with a clutch. You have to have a clutch so that you don't strip all your bolt holes, screw holes, whatever you want to call them. So make sure you have one. that has a clutch that you can set at 1 and then slowly adjust it as you go until you drive that screw in to where it needs to be without stripping the hole. Here's a small example just to confirm. I'm at setting 1 and I'm trying to screw the screw in, and it literally just goes in a little bit and spins the clutch right there. So that's fine. I want to get them all started like the directions say. Okay, at this point, I have them all in and not screwed down, and decided to go back to the directions to make sure I'm doing everything right. And right there in blue, on step number 4, it tells you to put all the screws into the holes and then tighten them. Put them all in first. So I do have a few left. I'm going to finish that right now. Okay, all screws are in. I got the plates on. Nothing is screwed down. At this point, I didn't see it in the directions, but I decide to get a tape measure and even, get that centered. I'm pointing out that you have oblong holes and you can slide left to right to get your perfect center. All right. So at this point, I start putting on the accessories. They give you a nice little weed basket that seemed kind of tight, but I know it's going to stretch. There's a headset holder and a cup holder put on per directions. Okay. So I'm pointing out, don't forget your left and your right. Then I'm ready to stand up the desk. Keep in mind, I'm doing this by myself. That desk was 10 times lighter than I thought it would be. So it was very easy. On a rating of 1 to 10 for assembly, it's definitely a 1. I mean, super, super easy. Obviously, if you're a young kid, have someone help you. Just because. You don't want no mistakes. You don't want to ruin your investment. You could be the smartest kid in the world. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Now that I'm done and admiring my job here, I wanted to also point out that the desk comes with a complete mouse pad top. And that's actually pretty exciting, not having to worry about where your mouse, is and if you run off the pad. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out so you can see it. And the 2 covers for all the wires that are going to go in the back holes there, they pop off and they go on top of the mouse pad and hold the mouse pad down. Also pretty neat. Oh yeah, there's 3 height settings. I put on the maximum, which I love, but there's basically 6 holes there, and you can, do the first 2, the second 2, or the third. And I went maximum, so that was easy and good for me. There you go. Nice, full desktop mouse pad. Just wanted it to lay out and stretch and be good. And the stickers that go on the legs, which I still haven't put on yet, but I will. And that's it. The 60-inch Homall gaming desk, purchased from NewEgg. And now it's time to put it in my room. All right. It was a chore getting that big old wood desk out and having everything all over the place. Obviously, dusting everything, so I don't have to deal with that. Once again, I was proud and pointing out how awesome the desk was and the third piece. I mean, this part of the video was super unnecessary. I should have edited it out, but I was limited on time here and attention span, if you will. So I left this part in. So just enjoy my unnecessary, loving of the old secretary's desk or receptionist desk, if you will. There is the second piece. I really wish I cut this out, but it is a gorgeous desk and wish I could have fit it in this room. But now that I have this new desk, I'm extremely happy about it. And I don't necessarily miss the old desk. Oh yeah, I was explaining why the old desk had shortcomings. There was an indentation for the pull-out drawer on both desk pieces, and it robbed, space for me for where my arms are for the keyboard and the mouse pad. Here's the box and my little mascot. She's 11 years old. I love her to death. All right. Finally got through the whole setup. I only set up the right computer. The left computer will be set up later. Everything kind of fit perfectly. The only thing I noticed is a couple times walking into my restroom, I would hit the cup holder. And I realized that that was going to be an issue. So I unscrewed them and found out that they had similar holes on either side. So you can actually put it on the side that you want. So I put the cup holder on the left, headset on the right. Very happy, much easier. I will not hit it going into the bathroom. I also bought that laptop stand from NewEgg. And then everything else was from different sources. Happy about being able to move the mic, which I'm talking to you right now in. Then I have my 2 video cameras. Everything fit the way I needed to on this desk. I wouldn't change my mind if I could about this desk. All right, once again, my name is DaPawnShop. You are watching my review on the Homall 60-inch gaming desk. I'm happy. Thank you for watching. And hopefully you can get your own desk.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even